morning, Jean-Serge Gagnon here as I walk by the Mercedes dealership. I want to tell you about building a corral. Why would I ever talk about building a corral as an online strategy, right? How does that even work? But you know, we're going to get into it in a minute, but first this. So my name is Jean-Serge Gagnon. I do simple online strategies. I've been doing them every day for a long time now. I'm on number 117. And you can get access to these simple online strategies by visiting masterofsimple.com. So you can become a master of simple as well. You can actually get a free ebook, the top 10 simple online strategies, just by putting your email on that site. So go to masterofsimple.com and go check that out. So, you know, corrals. Why corrals? Well, it has to do with a story that one of my good friends, Diane Hockman, talked about the other day. She was telling us about this story about how this village had these beasts or animals that were terrorizing the neighbors and terrorizing people every single day for a long time. And you know, they hired this hunter to go catch this beast, but you know, nobody could ever find the beast in the middle of the night because you know, you couldn't see. So this particular hunter, he was smart. He was really smart. He put out the kind of food that these beasts really, really love. He put that out in this pasture. And every night, the beasts would go and eat that food. So the next morning, the food was gone, right? So they knew that they had found a way to catch those beasts. But they tried, and they just couldn't catch them. So what he did, he started putting a fence. And every single night, he would put a little bit of the fence and put out the food, you know, and eventually, you know, after, you know, weeks or whatever time it took, they built a corral around those animals without them even realizing it. Before you knew it, they were all caught, not just the one beast, but the whole herd. And so that's what you do with online marketing. It's kind of the same thing when you're doing these, you know, like me, I'm building a corral right now with you by telling you a little bits about myself. So like today, I was telling my audience on Snapchat and Instagram that every single day, and that's going to be in my email list, every single day I have, you know, boiled eggs and veggies in the little lunch box here. I do that every day, or almost every day anyways. And that's my lunch. So what is your lunch? And so that's what I mean. You build a corral over time. Your audience starts to get to know you. They don't even realize it. They're getting these little tidbits about you, and before you know it, they're like, "Oh, this guy's cool. I know his, you know, I know what his family's like. I know where he was raised. I know where he was born. I know, you know, how he washes his face. I know all sorts of little things." And that's building a corral. So you got to build a corral. So when you're doing your daily content, you know, think of that. Think of adding a little bit about you, a specific thing. It doesn't matter. It could be like me. I love flowers. I used to, when I was a teenager, I was actually an amateur botanist. I knew all the plants and I knew all the things in the forest. I could tell you what you could eat, what you couldn't eat. I could tell you about mushrooms. You know, that's random, right? It's nothing relevant at all to my online branding, online messages or anything like that, right? But that's what building a corral is all about. And thank you so much, my friend Diane, for telling us that story last week, because it completely inspired me. But it's not just the story. It's also when I was over at Live the Dream, one of the speakers, Pat Flynn, he was talking about making your fans into super fans. And that's what he was talking about. Telling your people, your fans, a little bit about yourself every single day. And so I guess I just put those two stories together and I'm saying build a corral. So build a corral. Build a corral around your audience and they'll love you for it. They'll love you for it because they'll feel connected to you. They'll feel like they know you. They'll feel like, you know, they can relate to you because they have little quirks too, just like you do. But they know what your quirks are. All right, so by the way, there is a bonus right now. I was telling you about the Master of Simple, how you can get access to the top 10 strategies. But the other cool thing about that site is that I will make it so that you can have access to every single one of these simple online strategies. So you can download them on your phone as MP3s instead of having to go search for them. I mean, they are free on Facebook here, but it's just, you don't necessarily know which one you listen to, where you're at. If you want to kind of listen to them all and just get all the little tips once after another, then you can do that. I remember I thought my first mentor I found online was actually Cesar Rodriguez, and I messaged him about his content. I said, hey, do you have any MP3s? I can just, I'm going for a 12-hour drive. I'd like to listen to your stuff, to you, just see what pick your mind, whatever, right? And he said, oh, I don't have any of that. I just have, YouTube. He said, well, you can always just, create a playlist and play it on your drive, right? That was a couple years back, 3 years back. And back then, even today still, it can cost to listen to stuff using YouTube online, right? So that's why I decided to make my stuff available as MP3s in an easy downloadable format. But the thing is that right now, if you want, you can have access to that for free. All you have to do is share this video and say free course, and you'll get access to that. Just let me know if I don't get back to you that you did that, so you can have access to that. All right, so you have yourself a great day, and don't forget, build a corral. We'll talk again tomorrow.